is up? Welcome back. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I keep thinking it's Monday, but it's Tuesday. It's Newsday. Newsday Tuesday. It's going to be a bit of a short week then in terms of our production schedule, but I'm going to roll out some good stuff still, I think. Video was brought to you by these lovely channel members here. We got some exclusive content dropping from them this week as well, so if you want to make sure that you are aware of that and can view it, then join the channel to get exclusive content and early access to a lot of my videos. Real quick, news items. A couple of weeks ago, Film Photography Project posted a video regarding their new 126 film cartridge thing. So that's cool. I have a bit of a weird relationship with 126 film. I don't know how, but I came across like a Instamatic X15, I think it was, and I tried shooting just a normal roll of 35 through there, blacked out the rear display window, and got terrible results ultimately. But that's it, pretty much. Like, I don't know. It seems like I really respect Film Photography Project and what they do in trying to revive and resuscitate these like kind of older mediums, but 126 to me seems like kind of a weird place to start or a weird step to take, because it was like very consumer based. It was for those who didn't really want to load the 35mm film, and so far as I know, there might be a few exceptions, but in large part the cameras that were like paired with that 126 film were not super great. Big, bulky, plasticky, but still some people like to use those Instamatics. I know a couple of them have decent lens elements, so I've seen some people like harvest those and put them onto 3D printed body caps and try to make lenses out. It's a whole fucking thing, but anyway, kind of cool. So thought if anyone out there shoots or wants to shoot with 126, check out that video to kind of learn how to do it yourself. Oh, wait. Oh, it's today. Let's see. Actually, this is what I wanted to talk about. This is kind of a happy accident that today of all days is the news day, because it's also Amazon Prime Day. So we'll go through the Prime Day deals that are out there, see if there's anything for film photographers. Now I'm doing this because I got an ad on Instagram. I was like, oh, Fuji Provia is on sale. So I thought, if I could get some of that, that'd be sweet. And it is, it's not. That's depressing. $11.90 for extra 400. So the reason that I'm going on Amazon is because a very large company, so they can, kind of afford to, do more in terms of discounts, sales, and stuff like that, because whatever the revenue that they make is so much that blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing. But the other thing is that not everybody lives nearby a camera store. That's the reality of it. And a lot of people also use Amazon more regularly than they would use something like B&H or Adorama or KEH, any of the H's, or so on and so forth. So a lot of people buy their film off Amazon, buy their stuff off Amazon, and there's nothing wrong with that. Really, ultimately, whatever works for you. I'm not going to try to be like, fucking, you use Amazon, you fool. But ultimately, it is what it is. If you use Amazon, you have to use Amazon. So if we just look up Fujifilm, which is what I did, we're going down, we got the Instax. That's a pretty good deal. 100 shots for $87.95. The camera itself is also dropped from $76.95 to $59, which is pretty great. I'm a big proponent of the Instax. If you want to get into, instant film photography, I think Instax is the easiest entry point, the most affordable entry point, and in my experience it has been the most consistent. You can also get a little photo album for them too, which is cool. Doesn't look like there's any deals necessarily on the film side of it, which is unfortunate. Like, it's just Fujifilm, the Instax stuff, not like the 35mm, so that's awesome. Let's just Kodak. Cool. Okay, so immediately the Kodak deals are kind of for the similar things. We've got whatever their version of the Instax is, and then this digital film scanner, which I guess is a good deal. I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people that do the Epson flatbed, the Optica. They get their stuff scanned at a lab. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody who has used the Kodak digital film scanner, which is a little bit concerning, because, like, even bad news is good news sometimes. Like, just knowing that somebody is like, oh, I'll take a chance on it, but I've not heard anything. And, like, I talk to a lot of people about stuff like this. I've not heard anything. So that's a little concerning. Maybe not, but we'll circle back to that. The other thing, though, that Kodak makes is their cameras. The H35 here is $38 as opposed to $45, which that's a pretty screaming deal. I've made no bones about this camera. I don't really like it too much, but if you do want to get into half-frame photography, I think this is a pretty easy point of access. Got a AAA battery system to just charge the flash. It's super easy, and for $38 you can get like 2 or 3 of these and kind of throw them around and not necessarily worry about them too much, because it's less than $40 for a camera, which is pretty nice. And then let's see, because I think they also have the H35N. This is the newer model. This one has the glass element to it and built-in star filter. That's what it is. So it's a few minor improvements on the overall design, probably sharper image quality, a little bit more of a stylized look. Again, not like my cup of tea, but for $51, that's a pretty good deal, and you can get it by tomorrow, depending on where you're living. So, you know, if you're going on a trip and you just need something and you don't really want to like lug around a big camera, this is an option as well. I want to see a couple of things before I forget. I want to see if the M35. Oh, they had nothing about that. Donde eres? I swear that, whoa, that's what it was called, right? It was the Kodak M35. Okay, well, the Ilford Sprite, I think it was. It's kind of, they're all kind of the same camera. Yeah, these are $22. That's $22.99. This is the full frame kind of version of it. That's so weird. I could have swore. What the hell? It just wasn't popping up. It's like they know. They know that I don't like it, so they're just like not showing it to me. That's sweet. Right. Now that we're here at the Ilford land, doesn't look like there's any screaming deals. There's any scanners for sale. There's, some stuff. Again, nothing that I've really heard anything about. So I'm not going to be like, yes, they have what you're looking for. Looks like SD cards are going for a lot less, which is nice. I honestly might get a couple of these because, never hurts to have many. So, different camera cases. We have a couple Prime Day deals here. I need to get a new bag, but I'm not entirely sure where to begin on that, because some of these like camera bags in my mind just kind of look a little bit dorky. Like, and I guess dorky's not the right, dorky in my, like, I'm not somebody that would use a lot of this stuff, if that makes sense. Like, it's just not really for me per se. The tech gear thing, that's just not really my style too much. I just need something that kind of works. And there's like some good things it looks like, but camera bags as a whole are kind of hit or miss in my experience. And I feel like I usually either I've got like weirdly proportioned gear so it doesn't fully fit in there, or I've got too much stuff so it doesn't fit in there, and it's just the layouts are iffy. So I'm very skeptical about getting a camera bag, especially one online, because if you don't have it and you can't feel it, the material, see the size of it and put all your stuff in it, it's really hard to commit to something like that. So camera cases, camera bags and stuff, those are online. That's pretty good if you are interested in that. But I think otherwise, yeah, I don't know. A lot of this is just kind of stuff, and I'm kind of trying to get away from just having stuff. Okay, well, I'm done talking about that. That was kind of depressing. Anyway, that's Prime Day. They've got good stuff on there, but just not necessarily for film products and stuff, and I think that's just by virtue of the market's not in a place where it can really offer deals, if you know what I mean. So moving on from that, I have on here another bit of news. I want to address first a thing. I complained briefly about paying extra for half-frame scans from the lab. And I want to take this in 3 parts. First, I think I commented to most, if not other people commented, so thank you for that. But there was a few that were like, oh, why would the lab charge extra? That seems a little bit lame. I'm not sure because I've not worked at a lab, but I'm just imagining that it does take double the time to scan those. So I'm not upset that they were charging more for that because it takes more time. I wasn't necessarily upset with the lab. I'm a little bit weirded out by the $1 extra on the developing and scanning costs. It's 12 to 13. I don't know. I don't know their finances. I'm not going to say anything except for the fact that it's just a little strange. It's just $1. It's the washing machines in the building here, just overnight, were instead of $2 per load, now it's $2.25. And I'm that's just so petty. That's $2 for a very small load. And the laundry is also, it's aggressive is what it is. Anytime I do laundry, it ends up being 3 or 4 loads anyway. So now we're looking at $6 or $8, and then you add a quarter to that. So now I'm cool, $9 for just the washing, sweet, and drying. It's the same thing anyway. I'm just what? Why is everything just little? See what we can get away with. See how much we can raise the prices. Anyway, I digress. So I think that was part of that kind of fueled my $1 more, really. But anyway. Next point that I wanted to bring up, too. There was another group of people that were oh, well, why would you do that? You could just get them scanned as full frame and then cut them on your own. Yes, I agree. That's a thing that I couldn't do. That's a thing that anyone can do. But as you will see, in the purpose of the exercise, I was trying to make it as beginner friendly as possible, if that makes sense. Because I think in my mind, if the camera in question is being marketed towards beginners, consumers, whatever, they're not going to know all of that. They're going to say, oh, half frame. I have a half frame camera, so I'm going to need to get this developed and scanned half frame. That's the logical thought process. They don't know all the minutia of it. And now there's something to be said about, explaining that. Oh, here's a how-to guide. And I think there's plenty of videos on that at the moment. But anyway, that was just more of the approach that I'm hoping to take in the future video. So I appreciate those comments as well, but just doesn't really make sense, I think, for the exercise I was partaking in. Not an authority on these matters. It just seems like every turn that was taken was more additional expenses. So that was kind of the overall point that I wanted to touch on. Didn't do the best job of doing that, so I wanted to respond to that and hopefully clear the air. This is just the most moot point of all time because it was just a thing I said, but I felt like there was enough commentary about it that I should touch base on it once more. So next up, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. I have a TikTok now, and I've had one for a bit because my girlfriend would send me stuff on there, and then for whatever reason, because I think she sent me so much stuff and I didn't send anything back. This is over the course of months. She's not like spamming me every single minute of every day, but like over the course of months, I think it just like stopped letting her send stuff to me. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, I should probably just post stuff on there because I'm already doing some stuff on the YouTube Shorts. I should probably post some on TikTok to like just kind of get more audience. So far, it's not doing very well, but I've put exactly 0.01 effort into it. So if you want to check me out on TikTok, it's Romping Bronco. It's the same fucking dumb name. So again, check me out there. But yeah, it's basically just going to be kind of a regurgitation of the YouTube Shorts until I find something different to do with that. So, sweet. Finally, big news, and it's stickers. Okay, we got stickers. They're handcrafted stickers. They're my own personal designs. The initial thought was to use these as like temp ideas or some sort of like launch pad for future shirt designs, future other designs, and stuff like that. Didn't really get to that point just yet, so I thought might as well just make some stickers. The price was right, so we have 2 different kinds of stickers you can get. This is the little Bronco guy. Pretty fun. Hand drawn by yours truly, as you can probably tell. Did I tell you I went to art school? It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Aged like milk. Yeah, it's pretty classy stuff. These are pretty once in a lifetime designs, okay? It's pretty exclusive stuff. So basically, I'm selling these stickers on my website. I was working last night on setting up the store for that, and I have it ready. The downside to that, because every bit of good news has to be accompanied by weird, confusing news I don't understand, the rest of my website disappeared. Now my website is just a store front. So, great news if you want to buy stickers, it's all right here. Bad news if you want to contact me regarding repair services or anything else. So, I'm hoping by the time this video is posted, that will be resolved. I will figure it out by then. But if not, go buy stickers, and I'll figure out the website soon-ish. If you need to reach me, reach out to my email. I'll put it down below. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Good news, bad news. Stickers are $2. Shipping is $1. Because this is like my first drop, and because the stickers are so subpar, if you order one, I'll write you a little letter, or type one out probably with my typewriter. So you get like a little letter too of appreciation and other stuff. But the idea is based off of the sales of these, I'm going to leverage that into take all of the money that I've earned there and continue to either invest in some more merchandising things, more stickers, and then, like I said, shirts and some other options such as they are. Pretty exciting stuff. I feel like it's taken a very long time to get the ball rolling. It's kind of on me for doing too much, trying too hard. My biggest flaw is that I care too much. We got some good videos this week. I think some things that people want to see, some things people might not want to see. Who fucking knows? There is one thing I kind of want to tease. I made a video, I think last week, where I was talking about the Nikon EM. And I was just so thrilled that I got one that worked. And I was like, this is shocking behavior because they usually don't. And I was like, I don't like these cameras because I think that they're kind of cheap and plasticky, and they're usually just like disintegrating in my hands. So I ordered another one because I wanted the lens for it to pair with another thing to sell. It was a whole thing. This Nikon EM also just kind of works. So now I have 2 Nikon EMs that I bought 4 parts that both kind of work, which is a very pleasant thing. I'm not upset at this at all. I just finished the roll through one of the Nikon EMs. And while I can like comfortably say it's not my favorite shooting experience because any variety of reasons, it wasn't that bad, honestly. And I think in the video, again, where I address it, I might have been not as fair as I could have been, and that again, bias and approach is that of a repair component, and these are 9 times out of 10 irreparable. And even if they are repairable, it's just not always worth it because the resale is just not there. But they both work, and as far as cameras go, they're really nice. It also came with a little booklet, and reading through that, I was like, man, you just get a sense of appreciation for it. So anyway, that was kind of another like little side note there, because I just finished the roll, I think, this past weekend, and I was like, wow, I'm not gonna like miss shooting with it, but I definitely enjoyed my time with it. So I'd say that's a pretty good win. Want to point out another community post I made 3 weeks ago. That's not better, but still. I posted another thing in the community post, which was, what's your favorite film camera to shoot with and why, blah, blah. That video will be being worked on this week, possibly coming out next week. Today, I would say, or tomorrow, would be your last opportunity to add anything to that community post. That's all for Tuesday's news. Check out the website for sticker sales, and then give me a minute to figure out why the rest of it's broken, but definitely buy some stickers and you will get a handcrafted note from yours truly thanking you for your patronage. That's all for today's video. Appreciate it as always. Like it if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Join the channel as well. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.